Hardly anyone goes a day without catching up on their favorite shows. With streaming services like Netflix, watching the next big drama series is as easy as turning on the TV and picking a compelling title from the home list. As it turns out, however, creating hundreds of hours of original content and providing genius suggestions based on viewing preferences was not the plan for the streaming service from the start. Netflix actually started as a DVD rental service. So, how did Netflix get its footing and come out on top against its competitors? Today on Thinker, we're going over how a humble DVD mailing service turned into one of the world's most lucrative companies with over 180 million subscribers in 190 different countries. A popular fable tells the story of how Netflix CEO and co-founder Reed Hastings started the company after racking up $40 in late fees. Traveling a lot for his master's degree in computer science in 1987, which he earned a year later, Hastings had completely forgotten about his rented copy of Apollo 13. If only there was a way to rent and return movies without the hassle of running back and forth to video rental stores like Blockbuster. After graduating from Stanford University and moving to Silicon Valley, Hastings would team up with a resourceful business partner, and the two would eventually turn the dream into an incredible reality. A close friend and carpool buddy, Mark Randolph, often exchanged ideas with Hastings as they worked for Pure Astria, a debugging company. There, Hastings worked as chief of staff, working closely with the CEO and monitoring his decisions. From his humble position, he would learn valuable skills needed to carry out a debugging business of his own, making a significant profit. Meanwhile, Randolph worked in marketing, developing the crucial skills needed to build the foundation of a business. Collectively, the two admired the business model of Amazon, a bookstore working on its e-commerce platform. Randolph was first introduced to a personal browsing experience during one of his smaller desk jobs before moving to Silicon Valley, and was amazed at how a browser could cater to different individuals. The two were certain that online shopping was the way of the future, and decided to make the Amazon.com of something, according to Randolph. Returning to the DVD ideas, Randolph recalled working at a music bookstore and being exposed to its mailing department. If customers wanted to see something new in the store, they could mail their request for a new songbook in a single self-addressed envelope. This simple system of mailing requests got the two thinking, what if people could order movies online and have them mailed to their door? There was just one problem. VHS tapes were too heavy and fragile to be sent off cheaply through the mail. As a solution, Hastings looked towards a new phenomenon, digital video discs, or DVDs, a new invention developed by many companies working together in 1995. DVDs hit the market in '96, but nobody was immediately scrambling to replace their VHS tapes with the new technology. Nonetheless, Hastings was confident that the new technology was the next big thing, and that mailing them would be easier too. To test the idea, Randolph mailed a CD from a nearby music store and sent it off to Hastings' house. When the envelope made it to Hastings in one piece, the two had the confidence to start their own DVD mailing company. Though Hastings and Randolph were certain they had $1 million idea on their hands, it took several years before the company finally took off. To help get the company off the ground, Hastings invested $2.5 million of his own money towards the venture. He had earned a significant amount earlier with his debugging startup. The company officially opened on April 14, 1998 with 30 employees and 925 movies. Despite being new, the convenience of online rental was a hit. The first day the platform went up, it temporarily shut down because of how many customers were trying to get through. The most popular rental option was simple. Renting one movie for 7 days cost $4 with a $2 shipping fee. To rent more movies or extend the due date, a greater fee would be charged. Soon after, recurring customers had the option of subscription program, where they could pay varying amounts for different sized packages. Every customer could have a plan fit just for them. Still, the DVD craze was nowhere to be seen. Netflix teamed up with such brands such as Sony to offer a free week of rentals with the purchase of a DVD player, but still the business couldn't grow fast enough to meet heavy demands. They had earned $5 million, but the resources and effort it took to bring videos from place to place put them at a loss of $28.9 million. Despite a tricky start, Netflix just needed some time to clean things up. In July of 1999, Netflix received $30 million in funding from Group Arnault, which they used to polish their branding and online platform. Soon, a supportive group of customers piled in. In order to break even, Netflix realized they needed to have 15 to 20 rentals for every DVD they owned, and broke everything down to an exact science. Let's fast forward. It's 2000, almost 3 years since Netflix started up, and the company is still in debt by over $50 million. To try and prevent a war between soon-to-be contenders and rid themselves of debt, Netflix decided to strike a deal with Blockbuster Video. For the $50 million they had lost, Netflix would rebrand under the Blockbuster name and control their online rental services. With a haughty laugh, Blockbuster CEO John Antioco denied the offer, certain the idea would go nowhere. A year later, Netflix went public by releasing a stock priced at $15 per share. With technology advancing by the minute, DVD players were soon offered for less than a tenth their original $700 price tag, and more individuals latched onto the craze. Things were finally looking up for the streaming service as they gained more subscribers and found new ways to improve. By 2003, Netflix reached over 1 million subscribers and was on the brink of making profit. Between 2003 and 2006, the company introduced a suggestion program, asking users to rate the movies they watch so they could be supplied with more high-quality content. As Netflix's popularity grew, larger companies finally began to see the potential of renting and selling online. In particular, Blockbuster Video and Walmart saw the lucrative benefits of an online rental platform, and fought tirelessly for a piece of the action. It was war. The two companies had released their own form of video rental, threatening Netflix's subscriber numbers. For a brief time, Netflix stocks dropped by 75% because of the heavy competition. How could the streaming service stand out among the rest? In light of the competition between companies, Netflix was determined to have the best lineup of the group. That same year, it made a deal with Starz to acquire 1 million more popular movies. By 2005, Netflix was shipping 1 million DVDs daily, with subscribers choosing from one of their 35,000 different movie titles. That year, Netflix had finally won the fight and was making a good profit too. In 2005, both Walmart and Blockbuster withdrew, leaving Netflix to take the consumers hungry for online media. On Thursday, September 21, 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy after accruing almost $1 billion in debt. Meanwhile, Netflix was celebrating its billionth DVD being shipped out to a happy subscriber. Additionally, Netflix decided to branch out and make projects of their own, making their mark with something original. In competition with HBO, an emerging competitor, Netflix spent $100 million on a promising series, House of Cards, comprising 2 seasons of documentary-style political commentary. While in production, Lilyhammer took to the stage with some success on February 6, 2012, paving the way for the Emmy-winning documentary series on February 1, 2013. Next, Arrested Development came out in May, followed by July's Orange is the New Black. As of 2016, Netflix's original content has scored 14 Emmys altogether. In July 2015, Netflix experienced one of the largest drops in subscribers in its history. Some subscription video on-demand companies were purchasing content from Netflix's platform, and with a mediocre lineup of TV shows, Netflix watched its customers try out competing services like Amazon Prime and Apple TV. Worse still, Netflix's elaborate coding system for distributing video had to be changed to fit the world of Java and C++. Unable to keep up with code changes in a new environment, Netflix gave up the ghost and sold the online platform to Amazon, its main competitor. Even now, Amazon supports Netflix with its online servers to keep things running smoothly, since both companies receive money and exposure from the deal. In a remarkable turn of events, however, Netflix rose once again, with more competition entering the battlefield in 2015 and 2016. Netflix knew it had to continue delivering quality content for its audience. With over 600 hours of content and millions of titles to choose from, Netflix eventually secured a second victory in one of its toughest battles. Though a dramatic drop in stock prices marked the end of 2015, non-stop improvement led to non-stop growth. Today, a single share costs over $500. Even from the beginning, Hastings knew the DVD game would not last forever. Though shipping them from place to place helped Netflix gain its footing, the main idea behind Netflix was creating an easy way to watch videos, no matter how new generations watch TV. With frequent changes and updates to the platform and its content, Netflix has overcome trials time and time again. Most impressive is Netflix's ability to give viewers suggestions on what to watch. Originally, viewers would rate what they were watching based on overall quality. However, Netflix noticed that many of these ratings didn't correspond to what people actually watched.
Everyone would rate Schindler's List 5 stars, and then they'd rate Adam Sandler, The Do-Over 3 stars. Okay, but in fact, when you looked at what they watched, it was almost always Adam Sandler.
To fix this, Netflix asked viewers to rate a movie based on how much they enjoyed it, rather than its quality. That way, the platform could suggest similar movies and keep the audience watching. As it turns out, Netflix's ingenious algorithm paid off. At peak performance, over 1/3 of Americans watching TV are tuned into Netflix, 37% Netflix, 63% other. To keep up, Netflix has hundreds of servers operating worldwide to deliver the best quality content to anyone in the world. In the morning, the servers update and reboot so the watch time goes uninterrupted during late night binges. Netflix is always looking to enhance its platform for the future, from a humble DVD rental company to the media behemoth it has become today. The streaming service has undergone major changes over the years to cater to tomorrow's audience. Hastings has admitted that if Blockbuster and Walmart entered the DVD rental game earlier, they would have beat Netflix into the dust. However, since Netflix gained a huge following in the years prior, it won the battle between the three companies. Thanks to planning ahead and taking a risk, the years of uphill battling paid off for Hastings and Randolph, celebrating their success with net worths of over $1 billion each. Whatever the future holds for TV, looking forward and embracing the future is a surefire way to stay ahead of the game. What do you think about Netflix's path to fame? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to catch every new inspiring story.